Bite-Sized and Bossy, rising up the ranks, handing out encouragement, deposits in their banks. Inspiration coming at you like a river flowing. Women paving paths, look at them going. Bite-Sized and Bossy, rising up the ranks, handing out encouragement, deposits in their banks.
All right, I'm Erin.
And I'm Tammy.
And this is
Bite-Sized and
and
Bossy.
It is easier with two people. We figured that out. We can say it at the same time. We're very good.
We can just blame Chrissy. She's not here. So
I know. And we're missing Chrissy and but here we are. So we have an amazing guest today. In fact, I'm super excited to talk to her. I just met her. Tammy's known her for a long time, it sounds like.
only 2 years, maybe.
Only 2 years. That's a long time. I mean, that's like 365 plus 360. That's a lot. I don't do math. I'm in marketing.
Math is not your forte, so let's not go there. It's early.
A lot of days. So our guest today is Devon Mailey, and she is not only the CFO of Duck Donuts, but she's the interim CEO of Duck Donuts. And for those of you listening who don't know you, even though we kind of do, why don't you introduce yourself? And thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited to be here. So I am Devon Mailey, been with Duck Donuts for about 6 years, coming on 6 years soon. I started in just doing some finance stuff, kind of helping out as an analyst with the brand when I first came over. I used to work for Hershey Entertainment Resort for years, which our previous CEO I actually worked with there. So her and I knew of each other. Actually, to be honest with you, worked a little bit together, but not much. So came over to the brand about 6 years ago, and then kind of worked my way up through the finance channel, learned a lot of things, took over supply chain, which, by the way, we can get into that later. Learned a lot, decided that's probably the worst job ever for me. Lessons learned, I was humbled. And from there, most recently, starting this year, taking over the interim CEO role and leading an amazing team. Like, I got the luckiest job in the world. My team makes me look really good every single day. And I'm just excited for the opportunity and leading a really amazing brand. Like, we're going through tons of growth right now. Yeah. And it's an exciting time.
So you guys are heavily franchised, right?
We are. Yeah. So
tell us, like, for a prospective franchisee out there, tell us about Duck Donuts. I live in California and I have never had the pleasure of visiting. So what makes Duck Donuts different? Like, what is Duck Donuts?
Yeah. So you ultimately need to go visit a Duck Donuts. We do have a few in California.
I am shocked that you haven't visited her, Tammy.
Tammy, we're going to make sure that gets changed.
We're thinking about interviewing with her because I wouldn't get the job, right? If you're like, hi, I didn't even go look at your brand.
So we are a made-to-order concept. The best part of Duck Donuts, we are all cake donuts. So that's a little unique. I think most people are used to the yeast donut. We are cakes. And with that, we have thousands of combinations of how you could top your donut. With a coating, a drizzle. All donuts are made when you arrive, so they're served warm.
How long does that take?
Wow.
It would take a long time.
Amazing. So, with that, I will say speed of service is one of the challenges that we always are working through. But with that said, with an order, a whole dozen topped. Now the donuts are being made just constantly, but they are warm. You're probably looking at about 5 minutes to 6 minutes.
Do I get to see it being made?
What?
Do I get to see it being made?
Oh, yeah. There's literally clear glass. You watch them top the entire process. So you actually watch the donuts get dropped into the hopper. They come out fresh, spun once to cool down just enough that the clerk can grab it, and then taken over to the toppings bar where you get to watch the entire process.
So if anybody is listening to this on the way to work, which I often recommend, I'm sorry, and stop at the nearest Donuts.
I'm really hungry
Or
right now.
or
I don't know, Devin, why you didn't send us or mail us donuts.
I really should have. We need to get better at the whole flash freeze, but they're just not as good unless they're hot and right out.
Fair.
I mean, it is. I will say I've become a donut snob, and I only really like cake donuts now. To my children's, they're not a huge fan of my lack of being able to purchase at any donut shop anymore.
you tell them that they're a brand loyalist and that
Yeah.
we need their support. But it sounds pretty awesome. And the first opportunity I get, I will definitely have one. But I am curious about the statement that you made when we were chatting. So tell us why supply chain was the worst job out there
Well, let's see.
for
Let
you,
me let me
for
start.
Devin,
Now,
not for
I
other people. Let's be clear, just for Devin.
just for me, correct. Not for Devin. I thought, I love contracts. I enjoy projections and numbers, right?
Yeah,
Finance.
you're in finance.
So to me, it was like a natural fit. I was like, this is going to be easy. I'm great at contract management. I'm organized, and I like vendor negotiations. So I was like, this can be great. And then the 1,000 emails about at 2 a.m. about, hey, I'm out of mix and it's not coming. And when is
Yeah.
my next truck coming? And I realized that I made a really critical mistake. And now, meanwhile, I was also trying to do that while still keeping, my finance job and all my other jobs. I just thought I could help for a while. Now, granted, I cleaned it up a lot and got us in a better spot in contracts and contract management and did all the things and quickly realized that I needed to ask for help. So I brought in a contractor to handle the day to day. I can do the pieces of it, and I'm glad I got that opportunity. But nobody wants me doing it long term.
I think that's interesting because you said I jumped into it and I thought I could manage it while I had a full-time job. But now you're the interim CMO or
And
CEO, right?
she's a woman. Of course, she tried to do like 6 jobs at
So
once.
you just took on a whole nother job and
I
went,
did.
let me also be the CEO. And how's that going? Is that the same? Are you bringing in a contractor for that too?
I really wish that that's a thing. No, it's good. You know what? I good or bad, I enjoy wearing lots of hats. I'm learning a ton. It's making me ask questions. It's really, to be honest with you, CFO is a lot of just doing reporting and then hoping that you can, uh, you know, cut a clear path of what you think is the next decision to be made. Where now, you're for years you're just supporting and hoping that you told the story that will get it across the finish line right at the board meetings.
Yeah.
And now I get to be the one presenting it. So for 5 years, I sat back and was able to help push those forward, but I really couldn't always get them across the finish line. And now I do. So, I mean, what an exciting time for me to be like, here we go. Here's why we should do it. And by the way, I understand the supply chain side now, which you would have asked me 2 years ago. I would have been telling you to sign contracts that were a terrible idea. And I learned a lot, right? And by doing all these different things, I'm able to give the board to a really clear picture of the good and the bad on if we would go this route. Here's what I think, and here's why I suggest what we should do.
Well, it sounds like you're obviously friends with the prior CEO, whom Erin and I know as well. Big fans.
She's great. I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like this was sort of just a timely transition. And I guess my question to you would be what are things that you want to do differently? What's something that you'd like to bring to the table, and
Yeah.
whether that's with your team, with the business, a strategy, something you're willing to share?
Yeah. So I got really lucky. I mean, honestly, for 5 years, I got to sit back and watch her do great things. What other and a woman, right? There's two of us kind of leading. I mean,
Which
what
is
a great story.
amazing. Just
It
a
is.
hot second.
Yeah.
Two CEOs back to back that are women the unbelievable.
Well,
Unbelievable.
CFO combo too. And I'll tell you, I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
No, you're good.
we did reach out to her to ask her also about doing the podcast. And this was right when the transition was about to happen. And she's like, I'm not sure. I got some stuff going on. And I said, well, I was also going to ask Devin. She's like, oh my God, yes, please ask Devin. Please.
Another way of lifting women up like she embodies that, you embody that. Like
100%
that's
jumped on it.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we are still, very friendly. We text all the time. I actually texted her last night. We still like make her jokes, and do all the things. So no, it's good. She's moving on to a new chapter. I'm super excited for her. I think, and I got the lucky opportunity to like watch the great things she did and learn from her too. Some of the missteps we all take,
Sure.
and the lessons learned she shared with me. And honestly, I wouldn't be in the position I am now without all of that. So I just got to like take that all in. She came in, she was the kind of like oversaw marketing, went into ops and then quickly became CEO. And we were like a family owned brand at first, right? So we had founder, we were very family. We got purchased and then she became CEO. Well, going from family owned to a board is a big, big change
Yeah.
corporately, just board reporting, understanding that structure, going to private equity, very different expectations, right? And she had to learn as she went. And I was very lucky. I got to sit back, observe, and then decide. Being CEO is a big chess game. That's what I tell everyone. People are like, what do you do all day? And I'm like, I play chess and I don't like to now decide what's for dinner
Yeah.
because all I do is make decisions.
So is there something in particular that you want to do differently? Like,
Yeah, I think so. Because I am finance background, I like to probably have a lot more data behind my decision making, good or bad. I think my team sometimes probably wants to like scream and pull their hair out. And the big conversation I had with everyone in the system is that as of right now, everything just got parked in the parking lot. We are not doing any initiatives unless they are driving revenue and profitability. And that's just because that's where my focus is, right? I mean, that's what's always been my world.
Yeah.
It makes the most sense to me. And let's be honest, every franchisee really likes you when they're making a lot of money.
Of course they do. Yeah, absolutely. Until they have to pay their royalties, in which case, like,
Yeah. Then they're quickly reminded they still don't like me, right?
just
oh,
a quick question while we're asking, are you at home or in your office right now?
I am at home
Okay,
today.
you're at
Yeah.
home and there's like a vintage type desk behind you. Can you tell us what's happening?
Yes.
Because there's also like you've been at Duck Donuts for 6 years and there's nothing on the wall.
Yeah.
So
So this is a funny story. So I'm actually renovating my said office at home. So I work from home 2 days a week. I realized very quickly that I'm here a lot more than I had time. This was supposed to be like a COVID and
mhm.
then I actually just had French doors put on my office because didn't even have doors in the front.
Oh,
And I am having the back wall painted and some fun stuff put on. But the vintage
wait,
desk,
what
your
fun
original
stuff?
question.
What are
I,
you having put
yeah.
on?
We want to
you
preview.
know, it was like I'm having like the wood put on with the design and you paint it all one color so it looks textured.
We should have done this podcast later. I
Oh,
can't
do
believe
you want
that
to?
like
Do you
we're
want to
not
stop?
I
doing
know it's
this.
going to be a pretty teal. It's so it's in the works. I actually had construction workers here on Monday, so it was obnoxious while I was trying to work from home. But and then the vintage desk is actually my husband's grandfather's, and
Aw.
he lived with them for years. And I have dated my husband since we were 19, so I
Oh
knew him
my
for a
Wow.
God.
very long time.
Did you
His
make
name is
little people yet?
Paul. I know, right?
Do
Did
you
you
have
make
kids?
little people yet?
Is what? I'm sorry.
Do
Do
you
you
have
have
kids?
kids?
I can't hear you. What?
Do you have kids? I don't know why
Yes,
it's not
two.
going through. Um, I said, did you make little people? That's
I
what I.
did. I
Yeah.
did. I did make little people. They're not so little anymore. I have a 21-year-old and a 12-year-old who thinks she's 21.
So apparently you had all your children at 19 because you do
Oh,
not look old enough to be having those children.
20.
But that's
Yep.
unbelievable.
Yes, I definitely had them all very, very young. No, no, I just actually celebrated a birthday last week, and I was trying to tell my husband to put Happy 29th. He used to do that for a while, and I was like, "Can we go back to that?" And then he was like, "You do realize you have a 21-year-old? People are gonna connect the dots here, Deb."
Well, it just means that you're 40. So we understand that.
That's correct.
I remember 40.
Yeah, I know. Gosh, it was a good time before, like, yeah,
Yeah.
trying all these donuts after 40 gets a little trickier. It's a lot of time in the
But
gym.
they're delicious. Like you
They
can't.
I do think it's interesting though. So your kids are just, basically closer to leaving home,
Yeah,
right? Mom's taken on this CEO role, even if it's interim, but mom's in this CEO role. Could that be really good timing for, you to sort of take that next leap in your career as they sort of are moving on to their own adult lives?
100%. Yeah, to be honest with you, the timing couldn't be better. It's funny. The 12-year-old's at that point now where she's able to be home by herself for a little bit, right? I don't have to worry
Mhm.
about babysitting. I have an awesome neighbors. So if I just need a quick ride somewhere, they're great. And my son's in college. I did lose the driver, which that was hard. Let me tell you, when he went to college, like I forgot how much I like leaned on him for like, can you drive
Yeah.
her over and drop her off here? But with that being said, yeah, he's kind of doing his own thing. He's at Penn State. And then she's pretty, to be honest with you, all I am is her Uber driver. I just take her
Yep.
from place to sports practice and home, sometimes feed her along the way. That's about it.
How do you handle that though? Because like you have kids that need your attention, even at college, they still
Yeah.
communicate, need your attention or money, who knows? And then
So,
your full-time job. How do you handle this? What does that blend look like?
yeah. So I work weird hours, to be honest with you. So I'm an early riser because I love the quiet. So I get up really early. I work for a few hours. I love the non-interruption. I go work out.
Mhm.
I do my journaling. So I do all those things probably before you guys are even awake. Like when I
Now, can
say
you reel
early,
that
like
back
work.
for a hot second? Like what kind of workout and then journaling are you doing?
Yeah, so I have a gratitude journal. I do it every single morning for about
Aw.
10 minutes. It just keeps me, I don't know, it's like my 10 minutes of reflection every day. It starts off my day on the right foot. I even travel with it. It just
Do
starts
you
me off right
handwrite it or do you type up
100%. I
something?
am
She
old
totally
school.
does.
I
She does it
still
on the side of
handwrite.
her bed after she's done with her workout. I can already tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's got her shit together. She's one of those
Yeah.
people. Of
I
course
haven't
she's
I
gotten there
am.
yet.
I
so.
am an early riser. I just finished the book, The 5 a.m. Club. Have you guys read that?
I've heard
I
about
think
it,
I
but
have.
even the title I was allergic to. I was like, 5 AM, I'm usually just getting in.
I listened to it on Headway, which like takes books and makes it 15 minutes. And I was like, I can
Oh,
handle the 5 a.m. club within 15 minutes.
oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. So I'm usually up around 4:30, like I don't set an alarm. So whenever I naturally wake up, but that's usually between the hour of 4 and 4:40.
I wish that the audience could see mine and Aaron's faces because
I,
we were
I,
both like,
I think you need to check your liver because, like, I think they say that your liver is having issues if you wake up at 4 a.m. naturally. Like,
I
that's
mean, do you
crazy.
know how much you can get done between 4 and 8? It's amazing.
Nothing.
I'm just
Nothing. I
jealous.
don't do anything. I lay in bed. I play this Farmville game where I like pick my crops, like, and then I finally get up.
I don't. I surf through all the different social media sites. I read, but like I wake up at 6:30 and my feet don't hit the floor till about 8 o'clock.
I'm so
Um,
impressed by you. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is impressive. Like, I need to start following your regime. Can you write this down for me so I
I,
can
I
follow it?
can. I can. It's probably not doctor approved. I think they like recommend 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and I'm definitely not in anywhere near that range.
But that's awesome. I wish I was one of those people. I was having the same conversation with a friend this past week. I don't function if I don't get 8 hours. My brain
No.
just really doesn't work. So I envy you. That's really amazing.
So
I
when
have
are you done
never
with work?
needed a
Can you
ton of
shut
sleep.
off? Do you like put your phone down and say like I'm done?
Um, no, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. That's probably one of my biggest struggles. I am not very good at shutting things off. Hence the reason, I'm up early in the morning. My head starts spinning at that hour. So, yeah, no, that's probably one of it's funny. You know how you traditionally give something up for Lent?
Mhm.
Mhm.
I chose to try to give up using my phone after 8:30.
You
So
failed
I'm
the first
trying
day?
Wait,
to
after
be
8:30 PM?
8:30 p.m.
Have
Yeah.
you failed yet though? Like
Yeah.
have you like how did it
Oh,
go?
yes. Yes, I
Oh,
have failed. But I'm still trying. And I mean, all you can do is just keep working on it, right? Yeah. So meaning not like no social and I'm done with email after 8:30 until I
That's
get up at
awesome.
4. So
I
I'm
asked
just
the
trying to
kids
give
to give
myself
up
a little bit
something.
of time to digress.
I mean, that's amazing. I asked the kids to give up something and my 9-year-old said, I'll give up punching people in the crotch. And I said, no, I don't think you're understanding the assignment. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board there.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. Well,
Yeah.
Deb, you have a really interesting background having worked at Hershey, and I know you're in Pennsylvania, so that's like awesome, local brand. Have you looked at doing a collaboration with those guys? Like, is there an
Oh, yeah.
for Duck and Hershey to do something fun together?
Well, we recently partnered. We have a Hershey store, so good question.
Yeah.
And we recently partnered with Hershey Company. So they're sister companies, Entertainment Resorts and the Hershey Company. We just recently did Reese's Pieces.
Right.
And they're actually still on our donuts. So like current. So when I say recent, we're still doing it. And we have a Reese's milkshake. And that's our first collab with Hershey, believe it or not. So we've been a brand for quite a while, and this is the first time we really got to do a collab. We are
awesome.
looking forward to doing some more collabs with some other brands actually coming up. We just did Girl Scout, which, by the way, what a great brand. I mean, with a woman CEO at the time, being part of Girl Scouts of America, we just thought it was a natural fit. And it's been great. So we have our local shops bringing in Girl Scout troops. So they're selling Girl Scout cookies, and then you can go inside and get a donut topped with either the Thin Mints or the Caramel Delight. And
I love both of those. Just to be clear,
yes,
I'm a big fan.
yeah. And you know what? It's been awesome seeing these little girls who are trying
What
to
do
get all
you
the
have
bad
there?
jazz.
What is that?
This is a
Hershey.
picture
Oh.
from the Hershey party with
Oh
some
my God.
gals. I think we got Stacey Kane, Annika, we got Kim from Capriati's, and who
Oh
else?
my God.
I don't remember.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's such a fun. Was that on the Hershey ride, like the
That
Chocolate
was
World
this
ride?
was at the Hershey party at NRA from last year. They
Oh,
were
got
giving
it.
these things out, and so I just saw it on my desk and thought about it. And will you be going to NRA this year?
I believe I am. Yes, I'm just trying. We have quite a few openings, so I haven't booked anything quite yet because I also need to go to. If it's a new state, I try to make sure I'm in attendance. I'm just waiting for a couple other states to finalize, and we have 3 new countries this year.
Whoa, you get to go there?
I do. Yeah.
In
Awesome.
case you need help, I can come.
I'm
Yeah, New
technically a
Zealand and
consultant.
Australia is 2 of them. I mean, that's a tough trip, right?
Yeah.
I'm technically a consultant, so I can work with lots of other companies.
We're
So
going. We're going to some openings, Tammy. We're doing this.
okay, well, what about RLC? Are you going to RLC?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would I go. Also, I'll see you there, right?
Well, I
I'll
don't
be
know.
there too.
They want a whole lot of money for folks to attend, and
Me too.
so it just depends.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's expensive. All these different conferences, you want to go to all of them, so you really have to like look at your list and figure out what makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can end up spending a small fortune.
Yeah. Did you go to Whirl?
I did not.
Okay.
No.
Well, you
Yeah.
missed out. You should have came to Whirl
Next
because
year.
Whirl was
get to do that.
amazing. I can't wait till next year. It was so much fun. Like having women, I really thought it was going to be scary. And I know that sounds weird because I'm a co-founder of a women-focused podcast, but I really thought, wow, this is going to be scary walking into all women. Is this going to be like high school? Like what's going
Yes.
to happen? And everyone was so welcoming. It's the first time I've ever felt like I've just let my guard down. And that was beautiful.
My philosophy there is that it was the pink Barbie party. Like that set the tone, right?
Yes,
Barbie movie said,
absolutely.
hi Barbie. Hi Barbie. Everybody's Barbie. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody's perfect. So when you walk into a room like that and everyone has that attitude, I think it just set the tone for the rest of the time.
Yeah. I loved it. There are so many great conferences. It's just hard to pick and choose, right? We should do some food for thought. Are you ready for food for thought? Or do we feel like we're ready? I don't know. Are we
Well,
ready?
I was gonna see if Devin had some like advice for her younger self. She's had a
Oh, good
year,
question.
and
Yes.
she's really had Devin. So if I can just comment for the audience, looking at your LinkedIn profile, you had 10 years at Hershey. You've been a CFO. Worked your way up to CFO at this brand with Duck Donuts, and now are sitting in the CEO chair. So, I mean, I would say if you were telling your younger self, like giving your younger self some advice on the journey, what would you say?
Yeah. So it was funny when you just made the comment about walking into high school, that feeling, right? So one of the things I always try to remind myself is be comfortable being uncomfortable. I think that's probably the one advice that I was given at a young age
Mhm.
that I have taken every single time. There's been multiple situations where I feel uncomfortable or like, am I really ready for this? Or is this like
Yeah.
right for me? And you just have to embrace it. And, and, I'm reading the book right now, Let Them. I feel like I've talked about a
Oh,
lot
me
of books.
too. Me too. It's on my bookshelf. Like I have the same book right now. I mean, I've made it through like 3 pages, but I feel like I've read the whole
Wait,
thing.
what's it
It's,
called? What's it called?
oh, you
Let
have to
Them
read
by
it. It's
Mel
phenomenal.
Robbins. She's also like the 5 second person
Yeah.
and she does a bunch of other things.
Read it. It's life changing. It just reminds you to, do your thing. Let them say what they want to say and just keep
Yeah.
doing what you want to do. And in high school and when you're young, that's very easy to get caught up in. And so if I had to do it all over again, I would have loved to have read Let Them a really long time ago. But yes.
Yeah, I think that is great advice because even at my age, right? Like in my 40s, I go, how do you let them? Because
Hmm.
also, how do I not wake up at 3 a.m. and think about this and
Hmm.
overthink this? And how do you talk to yourself enough to tell you, like, it's fine. That's their perception, not my perception, right?
Hmm.
Like, just that's really, really challenging. So, like, when you think about it, like, how have you been able to embody it now?
Yeah, so I think it's that gentle reminder to myself. I am the worst at overanalyzing. Should I have said that? I read into facial expressions. Every woman, right? Like I play it in my head 15 different scenarios and like, did I upset someone? Was that the right comment? And I really tried to kind of shut that noise off a little bit. And
Yeah.
I actually referred to the book a few times and just been like, you're doing what you need to do. You need to worry about you, Devin. Like, stop worrying about everyone else. If they want to be around me, they'll be around me. And as you age, you get more
Mhm.
okay with that. And that you don't need that large group and to be popular anymore. I actually like my group small and people who want to be around me, right?
I love that.
You are preaching to the choir there, sister. I don't know if that is age, right? Is it everyone goes through this? You kind of tolerate people in your 20s because you
That's true.
Yeah.
part of a group, you wanna belong, and then, like, in your
Mhm.
30s, you start sort of branching off, and by I'm almost 50, and by that point, I'm like, "Fuck it." Excuse my French, but
Maybe
We
it's
don't have to
grace.
swear in this
Maybe it's
podcast,
grace
Tammy.
that we get over time, right?
well, I do think you find your people, and
That's
I like, my 18-year-old niece was living with me for a while, and I kept
true.
talking to her about, like, how do you build community? How do you find your
Yeah.
people? Wherever you are. And I think that, the people that you choose to keep in your circle as you are older it's much smaller and they contribute, I feel like, a lot more, even if they're there less often.
Mhm.
That's fair. I would agree
Yeah.
with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I pretty much ask my friends to hang out with me and make plans, and we don't. And then we try and add calendars together, and we don't until I assume that's going to
I'm
just happen
feeling
till I die.
personally attacked.
Yeah. I'm like, we should do something. Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work for me either. Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
I feel
But
like you just read my group chat with my girlfriend. 100%. I can't tell you how many times we've been talking about a girls' weekend
yeah,
and we just
but
keep
you can't
punching the
schedule
date.
it. Who's
Yeah.
in
And
charge of
somebody's
it?
kid has something, and then the conversation ends. And then about a week later, somebody's like, so when are we going again?
Yeah. And everyone's like, I really need this. I really
Yeah.
need girls' time. I really need friend time. And then you're like, but also, turns out life got in the way. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
There.
Yep. Okay. So let's do some food for thought here, Erin.
Great.
You want to go first?
No, you should go.
Oh, why should I go first? You know, I
You
always
go. I
ask
don't know.
the
I
question.
don't like this game. I feel like you should go first. Like,
Okay,
I don't
fine.
want to go first.
Fine. So, Devin, what is your favorite restaurant? It can be a chain or an independent that is not your own.
Favorite restaurant?
You can name
Oh,
5. Just, give some shout outs to some folks in our industry.
yeah, for sure. This is going to be great. Locally, my favorite restaurant is called Nito Burrito. It is a local, like Pennsylvania, middle of the state. There's like 4 or 5 of them. It is an amazing local chain. Um,
Nito burrito?
Yeah.
Nito
Nito, like
Burrito.
neat. Oh, that's neat. Okay,
Yep,
Nito
yep.
burrito.
Mhm.
What time do you eat that? Is that like a 10 to 1 a.m.
No, no,
thing?
no. I don't eat after 7. You guys
Okay.
will learn. I have lots of rules.
Oh, you don't eat after 7. I mean,
Oh,
you sound like a CFO right now. Thank you for your rules.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those are those rules that I have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, no, I traditionally like it around lunchtime because it's huge. So it's like 3 meals, by the way. So
So
you
it's
could
not
get it.
intro, it's really kind of messy-o.
Oh, 100%. It's
Mini
huge. It's like as
meatloaf
big as your
burrito.
head. And so you can cut it up into thirds and eat it for lunch for like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
I
Oh,
don't know. I'm gonna have to go look this up and see how big this is because
You're
I'm
gonna
I'm
see.
guessing I could eat it all in one sitting. So
Nope, 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 can't be done.
she's
My
like, nah,
husband doesn't
absolutely
even eat
not.
it in one sitting. You'll be surprised.
All right. So what's your like hobby that you do outside of work, outside of family? What is something you do for fun?
For fun, working out for sure. It is my stress relief.
That's
It
never
is,
anything I've said.
yeah.
What do you do for working out?
that is
I've never said those words have never come out of my mouth. You know what I love
working
to
out
do? I
is
love to
lifting my
run.
mouth.
Yeah, so I mean, at my desk is underneath my desk is a little bicycle thing. At my side is a walking pad, and in my basement is a gym, and it's my stress relief for sure. I love that, hour of quiet. No one bugs me when I'm in there. As well as you just feel better, right? You feel better about yourself, feel better.
Yeah.
I feel like if I can give myself that hour, then I can give to others throughout the day. I'm a lot better of a person.
You know what? I love that for you.
No, but if
That is
Chrissy
so
was
great.
here, Chrissy would be like, "Me too, I have to have it," and
I know.
yeah,
I'm
she
like,
would love
no,
it.
absolutely not. You know when I run when someone's chasing me.
I wouldn't have
That,
there's Sandy on the other side.
yeah.
I mean, that's fair. To each his own, right?
Oh, but we just want to be you. All of the
Yeah.
qualities that you
I know.
have.
I want to be fulfilled by like riding a bicycle under my desk
I
too.
mean,
Okay. So what's
yeah.
this is a Chrissy question. We're channeling some more Chrissy in her absence. What's your guilty pleasure? What's the thing that you like to do that, is kind of silly?
Guilty pleasure. Oh, for
Don't
sure.
say
I mean,
working
so
out.
it's social, right? Like all of us. I can definitely I'm very good at sleuthing. If anyone talks about anybody in a group chat, I have like the links to everything in seconds. I am that girl for
Can
sure.
I send you guys that I might be
100%.
considering for
Yes.
dating?
Oh
Because
yeah, that's like
they
one of
might
my
need some
favorites.
help, and this could be fun for you without having to like actually, cheat on your
She's over
husband.
here like undercover boss. She knows everything that's happening.
Yeah, it's a good thing and a bad thing, but I love to do it. Yeah,
That's
yes. Like,
amazing.
in those posts, those, like, mysterious posts that go on Facebook where they're like, "Prayers," and you're like I'm
Yeah.
like, "I'll get to
Please
the
send
bottom
up
of this."
prayers. You're like, no, I need to know what's going on. Why can't you comment with exactly what's happening here?
Correct. So then I'm, like, searching 15 of their friends to be like, "Okay, somebody had to have made a comment by now that I can, like, connect back to get to figure
Oh,
out."
I do that too. It's a rabbit hole. And
It's
then
a
you're
rabbit
down this
hole.
rabbit hole. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, I barely Google people before I meet them.
Really?
Yeah, it's like it takes away the surprise. I mean,
Who's
I
doing
did
it?
end up on a date
That's
with
why
a
she
guy with
likes me.
hold
She
on,
didn't Google me.
I did end up on a date with a guy with no teeth. So, I could be better at these kind of things.
I don't know
Well,
why
I
you
think
didn't send that to Devin and say, Devin, can you see how many teeth he
I
has?
didn't know her then, but now I'm gonna just be sending her profiles and
please
like,
do.
he says
Please
he's
do. If
me.
you go on another date with a toothless man, I will never sleep again. So please send
Okay,
me
well,
any profiles you need me to
now
like.
now it's
She's
part of my
fine.
routine though. I do ask them 2 screening questions. I still don't necessarily Google it, but and I will tell you what the one is. It is, "Do you have all of your teeth? And if not, will you promise to wear them on the date?"
Gross. Ew, what if they fall out?
Well, it was the thing. He said
That's not a deal
he
breaker.
said he forgot his bridge and he kept like mumbling, and I was like, "I can't hear you."
Oh
And then when
my.
I made him laugh because I'm mildly entertaining, and I was like, "Oh my god, he has no teeth," and I
Wait,
literally was like, "How fast can I get out of here?" And this was my own fault
what's your
for not
second screening question?
I don't wanna talk about it.
Okay. So, guys out there, if you're
It's
looking for a
political in
date,
nature.
as long as you have teeth, it sounds like you're in, right? Is that
I
what we're
think so.
saying? Like, you
All
just have to have
all
your
three
teeth.
teeth.
Okay, back to Devin. This is about Devin.
Tammy, do you have like the phone call, like the friend that calls you like 15 minutes in so you can pretend like it's something's urgent and you need to
I
leave
am the
for those
friend.
type of moments?
Yeah, I'm not really good at this like dating thing. I don't really try it super hard. You're just waiting for someone to fall in love with me. So
Great.
Also, I really
We're
like how
gonna
turn this
really need to
around, like
talk to you
Tammy's the guest.
about how to do some better screening. This is getting a
Right.
little
And
scary.
right now it's like phone a friend, and that friend is you, girlfriend.
Yeah.
I like it.
This is
Okay,
amazing.
One
Well,
more, Erin. What do we
all
got?
right. All right. When you're not working out, what's your favorite thing to do with your children?
With my children, for sure, travel. And attend sports events. That's like probably more our thing. We
What
go to
kind of
lots of
sports?
baseball games, like Phillies.
Oh,
We like to go to Penn State football games. We enjoy pretty much. I even like going to like the local high school games. I am a sport person through and through. Mostly because I am on the boosters for our high school, all sports booster. I'm president, so
Of
I enjoy
course
kind
you
of
are.
going
Of
and
course you are, because she has so much free time.
yeah. When do you have time? Oh, it's because she gets up at 4:30 in the morning.
yeah, I'm the team manager for my daughter's soccer, which by the way is really just a travel agent. That's what I do because they travel all over and I'm doing like hotels and flights and yes. But anyways, I enjoy doing all of that stuff. So with that being said, I also like to watch them play.
And she's the CFO, and she's the interim CEO, and she's done supply chain. Like we just take all of it on, and that's what I find is when you find working moms and working women who they do everything. We just keep taking it on, and then we're tired and we have wine.
It's true.
So, whew, man.
Yeah, super impressive. This has been a lot of fun getting to know you. So I hope our audience is enjoying this also. And if you're out there listening, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And please like, subscribe, do all the things. That way people will give us money and we can pay our producer and keep doing this. You know,
It's amazing. And Devon, we love having you on. Like you are so like when people think about CEOs, CFOs, specifically CFOs, scary, right? Like how are they approachable? And you are so approachable. You're so easy to get to know, which is wonderful. With that said, if you got to nominate someone to come on this podcast that you would want to listen to, do you have any women in mind for that?
Yeah, I think Tammy, you might have mentioned her. She might have been in the picture. Stacey Kane. I love her. She has probably been my guiding light through
I like
some dark
Stacey too a
moments in the
lot.
last few months.
Okay, could we just do an episode though on just Stacy before Stacy comes on?
Yeah.
We could just have people on. We could actually make that a feature. Like, tell a Stacy Kane story.
She's just good
She sent me
people.
roses
She's
for
funny.
Valentine's Day,
She's
so I'm on the
humbling.
inside.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you know what? She
Yes.
remembers, like, she'll just check in on me, like, all the time.
Yeah.
Are you still okay? Are you doing all right? Oh,
Yeah,
I love
got that
her.
too. Did you get flowers too?
Not on Valentine's Day because that might be misleading for a single gal. Hello.
Oh.
But
Well,
no,
I knew she didn't want to sleep with me, but like I still took the flowers. They were very pretty.
I helped her get somebody hired. She called me and asked if I knew somebody for an IT role, and I gave her 3 names, and she hired one of them.
That's awesome.
She's one.
Yeah, no, she's absolutely amazing. Anyone else that you want to nominate?
I think that's good. Yeah, that was the one I thought of. You put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I
No,
probably
she's
have more
great.
if I think about it.
If you think of something honestly, or you have
Mhm.
a friend or a female in the industry, or even on your team that you think
Yeah.
has a great story, or can be inspiring and help other people find their way through our industry, please reach out.
Yes, I will, for sure.
Devon, you've been absolutely amazing. And like Tammy said, like subscribe, click,
All the
rate,
things.
all the words that come after that. But we're excited to have you. You are a phenomenal woman leading in this industry. So thank you for joining us. And this is Bite-Sized and Bossy.
Bite-sized and bossy, rising up the ranks, handing out encouragement, deposits in their banks. Inspiration coming at you like a river flowing. Women paving paths, got them going.